And this afternoon, aiming to be the double champion, we welcome Nino Bryant!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron X. Welcome back to Rumble Wrestling TV. It is time for your main event here in Ashford, a steel cage match to determine a brand new Rumble Wrestling All Nations champion. That championship is vacant, courtesy of Danny Black vacating the belt. Nino Bryant and Tate Mayfairs will go to war to become the next All Nations champion. Men's wrestling indeed. Referee Dave Macro is in charge of this one-on-one steel cage main event. The first main event inside a steel cage in the history of Rumble Wrestling, and only the second steel cage match of all time in 40 plus years of history here at Rumble Wrestling. And of course, the very last match you saw on Rumble Wrestling TV, which preceded this matchup, was of course inside a steel cage, the first ever between Sid Manelli and Mr. USA. We have a brand new Rumble Wrestling champion. Who will be the new All Nations champion? Will it be Tate Mayfairs in the gold and white boots with the fire design tights? Or will it be the Mal Mason British lightweight champion looking to become double champion, Nino Bryant, in the green, gold and white shorts? We will find out, ladies and gentlemen. Nino Bryant flying front face lock. Tate Mayfairs counters and pulls there, and Dave Macro can remonstrate all he wants. Bottom line is steel cage match means no rules. First person to gain a pinfall, submission or escape the cage via the door over the top will be the Rumble Wrestling All Nations champion. Tate Mayfairs and Nino Bryant, you want to talk about storied rivalry, storied history. Since the day I walked in to this company back in 2021, things have been ferocious between Nino Bryant and Tate Mayfairs, and both men have exploded into the megastars that you see today as Tate Mayfairs puts the brakes on their arm drag attempt, whips Nino Bryant off the ropes. Nino Bryant comes back with a beautiful head scissors takeover. Quarter runner applied, a standing drop kick takes down Tate Mayfairs. Tate Mayfairs, ever-present manager and trusted advisor, Mr. Shenwu, the Japanese sensation. He's outside the cage. He can't get in. There's nothing he can do. You would hope that would certainly mean we are going to get a far more fairer disposition in this fight, although Tate Mayfairs just drove Nino Bryant like a lawn dart into the side of this unforgiving 15-foot-high steel cage. Cage erected, courtesy of our friends Chris Kay and the gang at SWF and Kapow. We thank them very much for lending us this magnificent structure for the afternoon to create history at Rumble Wrestling. ANDmedia and Tony Ham at ringside to capture all of the videography and photography that you see on the Facebook page for Rumble Wrestling, not to mention of course Rumble Wrestling TV on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel, which will always remain free. You can subscribe for free and witness all of the action from all of our key shows at Rumble Wrestling. Pinfall attempt garners a 2 count. Tate Mayfairs very methodical, very comfortable in this matchup. It's worth pointing out, by the way, Nino Bryant has never been inside a steel cage before. Will that experience factor for Tate Mayfairs, who's been in a number of cage matches for a number of promotions, will that pay dividends? We are about to find out. But Nino Bryant certainly is the great equalizer as far as athleticism and professional wrestling is concerned, and looking to drive Tate Mayfairs now into the side of the cage. Mayfairs puts the brakes on and then just clotheslines Nino Bryant out of his boots. Pinfall attempt, 2 count only, says referee Dave Macro. Tate Mayfairs looking to drive Nino Bryant once again into the cage and does so. Tries to get his hands up, but even putting your hands up is going to hurt on this unforgiving steel. You see the grating there, and now just speaking of grating, like a cheese grater, Nino Bryant being forced against the side of the steel cage, and Shen Wu with a huge round of applause. He's the only one in this building who thinks that's acceptable, frankly. Bottom line is, whether you like it or lump it, Tate Mayfairs is one of the best professional wrestlers the world has ever seen. He is indeed the man that when you go to Google and type in the greatest professional wrestler of all time, his face does come up first. Beautiful head spring counter. hands for a counter, excuse me, comes off the top rope and delivers somewhat of a DDT, at least some sort of face buster like maneuver. And now super kick on the money. Oh my god, almost knocked Tate Mayfairs spark out in the middle of the ring. Absolute clartation from Nino Bryant to Tate Mayfairs. And now coming off the ropes, head scissors applied, and Tate Mayfairs puts the brakes on that power advantage on display, and then just power bombs Nino Bryant right into the side of the cage. A disgusting impact as 21-year-old Nino Bryant crashed body first against the cage. You can see the level of pain and discomfort he's in, and Tate Mayfairs recognises that this is wounded prey. Pinfall could just be a matter of time before we have another All Nations champion. And let's not forget when Danny Black walked in to that infamous triple threat match with Sid Bonelli and Tate Mayfairs and walked out triple champion. Tate Mayfairs, not long lost the All Nations champion, still to this day craves that belt more than anybody else, believes that to be the #1 belt in all of Rumble Wrestling, and he certainly has worked incredibly hard to make it especially so. And Nino Bryant now firing up on Tate Mayfairs and sends Mr. Soho himself into the side of the cage, and Nino Bryant is absolutely enraged. You can see it on his face. Nino Bryant, no longer the small child who grew up craving this business as a main interest, as a main livelihood, now very much the best in the world in the lightweight feature of professional wrestling. But this is not a lightweight contest. Tate Mayfairs is a heavyweight wrestler, ladies and gentlemen, and Nino Bryant is every bit experienced in facing heavyweights, despite creating such a lineage with the Mal Mason British Lightweight Championship, now just driving Tate Mayfairs' face into the side of the cage. Absolutely no love lost between these two bitter enemies, and Nino Bryant is wearing Tate Mayfairs out. Looks like could be number 10 incoming into the side of the cage, and Tate Mayfairs just crumbles into a pile of residue on the side of the cage, and Nino Bryant is in the ascendancy. Will he be, quite literally, as he points to the top of the cage? Nino Bryant and Tate Mayfairs, I've witnessed them in every kind of match you can imagine. A blindfold match, a tables match, a hardcore match, a street fight, a chain match, but nothing compares to this at all. Look at, what the hell is this idiot doing? Shenwu is scaling the cage, trying to somehow, he's grabbing hold of Nino Bryant, essentially trying to block his route out of the cage, and Nino Bryant decides to take to the sky, flying crossbody off the top rope. Just a 2 count. Oh my god, that flying crossbody. Nino Bryant said, screw it, if I can't get out of the cage. Oh, I think he was looking for a tornado DDT, and Tate Mayfairs with a V-trigger against the side of the cage, and Nino Bryant suffering at the hands of Tate Mayfairs once again, despite that astonishing flying crossbody. And now another Tate trigger into the side of the cage. Nino Bryant's face clattered against the steel. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not. 2.9. Dave Macro says 2. Nino Bryant desperately getting his shoulder off the canvas, desperately staying in this steel cage match for the All Nations Championship. We're not even 10 minutes deep, and already the drama is at absolute fever pitch as Tate Mayfairs now scales to the top of the cage. What in God's name is Tate Mayfairs doing? And Tate Mayfairs looking at Shenwu and barking directions at him, and I think, dare I say, there was a little bit of hesitation there, maybe slightly nervous being that high up on a steel cage, even though he has been there before. And now he opted instead to try and wipe out Nino Bryant. Nobody was home. Tate Mayfairs made the wrong decision. Now Nino Bryant is looking to reinvigorate himself in this challenge for the All Nations Championship. Nino Bryant, tornado DDT with an assist from the ropes. Beautiful athleticism spiked Tate Mayfairs, but can he get the cover? He needs to crawl over, desperately make a cover, and all this while it gives Tate Mayfairs an opportunity to somehow recover. And Nino Bryant not even looking for a cover. I think Nino Bryant wants to do this the traditional way in many people's eyes and escape the cage. He's asking referee Matt Wilson to open the door, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to crawl past a prone Tate Mayfairs and drag himself After all the punishment he's already absorbed, he's going to drag himself towards the steel cage, and if he does so, Nino Bryant is going to be a double champion. Nino Bryant is almost outside the cage. He's going to be the new... What the hell are you doing? Shen Wu just stuffing the cage door into the face of Nino Bryant. You absolute idiot. You rat is what you are. Shen Wu, this disgusting, deplorable, subhuman stuffing the side of the cage door into the face of Nino Bryant. He could have knocked this young man out. Appreciate this is a no disqualification matchup, but Tate Mayfairs and Shen Wu will stoop to any level. And now Tate Mayfairs, as you can see from the camera inside the cage, is looking to scale the cage, looking to escape. There he is, he's almost out, and now Nino Bryant has somehow recovered enough to understand, and now both men perched precariously on the side of the steel, on the top rope as well. Oh man, Tate Mayfairs and Nino Bryant, this is all about balance as well as athleticism, as Nino Bryant is perched precariously, and now Tate Mayfairs is trying to rip at the hands and try and send Nino Bryant crashing to the floor below. You can see the torque on the top rope as both men bending but not breaking. A headbutt from Nino Bryant, and Tate Mayfairs a little worse for wear. Now Shen Wu up on the cage, chatting an exorbitant amount of shit. Nino Bryant just forces the cage against Shen Wu and sends him crashing back down to the floor and says, mind your goddamn business. Bryant, oh man, a super kick. Oh boy, bad landing for Tate Mayfairs. The crown jewels were compressed. Thank you very much, as he was crotched on the top rope. And now Nino Bryant could be just about able to escape now. He needs to climb the cage and escape. He's trying to do so, and he is. He's almost up there. Nino Bryant, he's up there. Nino Bryant's going to escape and become the new... What the hell? Come on! Shen Wu, ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, Shen Wu just threw a foreign substance of powder in the eyes of Nino Bryant, who can't even see, and comes crashing back down to reality in the middle of this cage. And how many times is Shen Wu going to stick his fat nose in someone else's business, courtesy of his handler, so to speak, Tate Mayfairs? This is garbage is what it is. And now Tate Mayfairs recognises that Nino Bryant cannot see and just tees off with a right hand. Nino Bryant desperately searching, trying to find, doesn't even know where Tate Mayfairs is, and another stiff forearm strike sends him down. And
you'll never be as close to me. You'll never be. You'll never be as close to me.
Tate Mayfairs roaring at Nino Bryant, you will never be as good as me. And another violent forearm strike, and Nino Bryant is absorbing punishment. He is ferocious. Nino Bryant has had enough, and now Nino Bryant just teeing off on Tate Mayfairs, who goes low. And now Nino Bryant ducks a right hand and delivers one of his own, and asks Tate Mayfairs to bring it. He's got them left and right scouted. Headbutt to the midsection. Tate Mayfairs catching him with an outside roundhouse. Now teeing off with those strikes once again. For a roundhouse kick, low and then high. Ducks a clothesline. Pele kick, delivered by Nino Bryant. I'm completely exhausted just watching this, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure you are too. And an absolute instant classic on display as Tate Mayfairs brings Nino Bryant back into the cage, and Nino Bryant fires up, and once again Tate Mayfairs cuts him off with a knee to the midsection. But Nino Bryant is feral at this point, absolutely rabid, desperate to cut off. Oh my God, Tate Mayfairs sidestepped. Whether you like the man or not, very intelligent offense, sidestepped and absolutely clattered Nino Bryant into the side of the steel cage. And now looking for that inverted fisherman's buster suplex. Onto the back of his head, pinfall. That could be enough to be All Nations champion, but Nino Bryant somehow, with the desire, the fight, the heart, the need to survive inside the steel cage, gets his shoulder off the canvas, and this match for the All Nations championship will continue. For damn near 3 years, with only a slight blight on the record books, Tate Mayfairs was indeed the All Nations champion. Only Danny Black is the black mark on the book of excellence that is Tate Mayfairs as the Rumble Wrestling All Nation Champ. What in God's name is he doing now? And Tate Mayfairs barking at Shenwu, asking for his tie, and I dread to think, pretty obvious what he's going to do with that, but oh no. Tate Mayfairs is no disqualification. Any foreign object will do, whether you like it or not. It might be deplorable, and now just choking the life out of Nino Bryant with that. Oh my God, just wrapping that tie around the neck. That is a 21-year-old young man, and Tate Mayfairs is trying to quite literally choke him to death. And now I think he's going to use that tie to tie Nino Bryant by his neck to the steel cage. Or no, in fact, he's going to tie his wrists. My God. Disturbing visual indeed as Tate Mayfairs is trying to tie Nino Bryant, our Mal Mason British lightweight champion, to the steel cage, and if he does so and knocks it up well enough, then it will be a formality and Tate Mayfairs will walk out of here as the new All Nations champion. Oh no, and Nino Bryant has nowhere to go, nothing to do. Tate Mayfairs says get out of the way, shoves referee Dave Macro out of the way, absolutely no respect, and now just posing. The man never met a boo he didn't enjoy, and now Tate Mayfairs is just going to scale the cage with ease. And meanwhile, referee Dave Macro doing the right thing, trying to release Nino Bryant from that hog tie, and he does so. And Nino Bryant, courtesy of a unlikely assist from Dave Macro, has scaled the cage and is looking to rescue his opportunity at the All Nations Championship. And Tate Mayfairs, with a back elbow, sends him back down again. How much more punishment can Nino Bryant possibly absorb in his quest to be a double champion for the first time in Rumble Wrestling? Oh, the power bomb off the top rope to Tate Mayfairs. And now, Nino Bryant, this is your moment to escape the cage. Nino Bryant has his chance to escape. This crowd is fervent here in Ashford. Nino Bryant has one leg over. His body's getting over the... Nino Bryant's about to escape. Oh, no, Shenwu once again. Come on. Shenwu, wait a minute. The cage door is opening. And meanwhile, Shenwu is blocking Nino Bryant. And Tate Mayfairs, even his discombobulation, is going to exit the car. Tate Mayfairs has escaped the cage first. God damn it. Tate Mayfairs has stolen one here in Ashford. That might be the call from Stephen Barker, but that's not the full story here. It's Shenwu once again who does the damage. You thought a steel cage would have kept this man out? Absolutely not. And in some weird maniacal way, you have to admire the mental acumen of Shenwu, who has paid dividends once again. And Tate Mayfairs has stolen the All Nation Championship right out from under the nose of Nino Bryant. Might have been a brilliant effort, but ultimately it's a losing one, and that won't mean much to Nino Bryant, who is absolutely incensed as yet. That's right, Tate Mayfairs and Shenwu are going to get out of Dodge like a couple of hightailing rats who have stolen the All Nations Championship. Tate Mayfairs is your winner, ladies and gentlemen, but Nino Bryant is left to rue the interference of Mr. Shenwu. Referee Matt Wilson trying to explain that ultimately he had to open the door for Tate Mayfairs. Those are part of the rules, and unfortunately Nino Bryant has been screwed once again by the combination of Tate Mayfairs and Shenwu.
Don't forget, we're back with you on Saturday, the 12th of May.